Hello and welcome to Passing the Torch, an online Bible study with your host and teacher, Bob Clark. Yeah, that's me. And if you've been following us here on Passing the Torch, you know it's been a full year since we put out any videos. But I promise you, it's not been because of me goofing off or being slothful or anything. I've been busy making lots and lots of charts for this study that we're about to embark on. So this time is an invitation to this brand new study. Well, what are we studying? We started back last year this set of studies that we're calling a Mosaic of Bible Prophecy. So it's adding a piece here and a piece there to put it all together. And this time we're going to start in this second study of this series, and it's going to be a brief history of Israel. Well, that doesn't sound like Bible prophecy. It's not focusing on prophecy this time. It's focusing on the foundation so that we will understand the books of Revelation and Daniel when we get there. All right? So what are we talking about? Okay, this Mosaic of Bible Prophecy. If you were with us when we did the study 1, I was showing 8 separate studies. But since then, I've been modifying the way that I want to present all this material. So last time, we've already covered an introduction to and summary of Bible prophecy, and I found that fascinating, but I'm the one teaching it. This time, we're going to go through a brief history of Israel, followed by a set of lessons, and that'll probably be in about a year from now because there's so many lessons in this brief history of Israel. I thought you said it was brief. But there is so much information on Israel, and I hope you hear the excitement in my voice because I am excited about teaching all of these lessons. But next study will be World Empires Through the Eyes of Daniel. So we'll go through the book of Daniel and cover a little bit more than that, followed by a panorama of church history, and we'll use the letters to the 7 churches that are found in Revelation as our outline for that. Then we'll talk about Jesus, the Revelation, and other prophets. So we're going to roll all the biggest part of the prophecy piece into that set of lessons, followed by Messiah the King. So that will not, it sounds like a set of apologetic lessons, if you know what I mean by that, but this is going to be geared towards the Jewish mindset. Can you really believe in Jesus? If you're Jewish, can you believe in Jesus? So that's what that lesson is going to be about. All right, so this study 2, a brief history of Israel. Right now we have 11 different parts. Each of those is comprised of multiple lessons. All right, so right now I'll go ahead and tell you I have over 900 charts with this set of lessons. So I'm figuring it's going to be a year that it takes me to teach it all. All right. And we're going to break the Jewish history down into roughly 500-year increments. And so the outline that you see here on the screen, if you can see it, is what I'm likely to follow, but I'm still not finished with the charts. So still some of this might get turned around a little bit. Well, what are we going to cover in this study? This study is effectively going to be a seminary survey of the Old Testament, and then between the Testaments and New Testament times since then. So what are the 3 areas? Exactly what I just said. Is history recorded in the Old Testament, or as the Hebrew term is Tanakh, and the history between the Testaments. I didn't realize how important learning that history between the Old Testament and the New Testament is to be able to understand the New Testament. But if you don't understand that, you're not going to understand why this big turmoil between Jesus and the Pharisees. And not all Pharisees, but some Pharisees. So we're going to explain some of that when we get there. And then we're not going to delve into the New Testament per se, but it'll be the New Testament times all the way to present. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you this now. You'll hear me in the first 10 or so lessons apologizing for the length of the lessons, right? And I'm still going to try to make them short, but I'm going to quit apologizing for it because we're covering a lot of material. All right? We're going to break, as I said on the previous chart, we're going to break down the Jewish history into the typical or the historical groupings, the way it is typically taught, and there's about 500-year periods. And even though this is laying the foundation of prophecy, we'll touch just lightly on prophecy in a few areas to show some of the types of events that happen later. That really will not be our focus this time. And regardless of the prophetic aspects, I know there's a lot of people that you really don't like listening to stuff about prophecy. You're scared of the end times and everything. Well, this set of lessons is not going to scare you away, because the focus is going to be on the Bible and both really the context of both the Old and the New Testaments, and how God has dealt with the Jewish people since the New Testament times. So you're invited to come along with us as we start this brand new study. No RSVP required. Just tune in here as we try to put out weekly lessons in this study. And there'll be possibly some times where I'm late on some of the studies, but I'll try to keep up with that on a weekly time basis. We encourage you to come along with us on this, what I think is an exciting journey. You can hear how excited I am. And it's going to, I think it'll help open up your eyes to some of the things that you've missed in the Bible. Because I know I've learned so much that has helped me to understand the Bible even more as I've been studying this set of lessons. And I'll be honest with you, there'll be some of the times where it's like, why are you going so much into depth in this area or that area? Why are you studying history so much? Because I hate history. History is so important for understanding so many things about the world and the Bible in general. So I hope that you can overlook some of that and come along with us and learn more about the Bible. And all the lessons that I have so far, I think I have like on the order of 100 lessons out there right now. I have never set it up to this point, but I'm going to encourage you that if you like the things that you're hearing, subscribe, hit like, and share. Not that I'm trying to make money, because I'm not. I do not ever expect to make money on this YouTube channel, right? But I would love to be able to reach more people. And that's how, all the stuff works on YouTube, right? And with that, we hope, or at least I hope, to see you with our first lesson. And I'm going to put it out at the same time as I put out this invitation. So continue on over to that first lesson, and we'll see you here later on Passing the Torch. So long.